All right, guys. All right. Can you guys hear me? Yes, it looks like that. All right. How are you doing? Today, we have bounced a little bit. And it's starting to look good. But today, we will have a look into some economic data again live. Like yesterday, we also got some economic data. And right after that economic data, we've got a huge dump. Now, it actually confluenced also with some geopolitical news. So arguably it's not only because of the data, but the job provisions were absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. And this is telling 1,000 stories. Now, I will make sure to make some extra content about this, maybe make another dedicated video or talk about it in tomorrow's video. But I wouldn't say the revised data from yesterday. I would actually say it's better looking kind of bearish. I mean, the job market, in my opinion, is getting like so unstable already. It is really starting to look very recessionary, and that is not what we want. Like, recession, if something will start to look recessionary, well, obviously, the stock market will react negatively to that. And long term, of course, we will get more stimulation by Fed rate cuts and more printing going on. And long term, of course, it's all going to be all right. But this is perfectly confluencing with that prediction that we've been making. Let me open up the chart now, new over here. It's perfectly confluencing with the prediction that we've been making, that in the short term, we might go up a little bit more. It might still happen, and I still do think it will happen. But in the medium term, yeah, I think we're going to enter a bear market over here, and then very long term, of course, we're going to enter much, much higher, and of course, we're going to enter another bull cycle again. So the data that we've been getting yesterday is just perfectly confluencing with this theory. Maybe, yeah, in the short term, we might get a little bit more of a bubble, and we might, because quite frankly, a lot of people are still very bullish on the fact that we're gonna see rate cuts. People are still talking about the fact, oh yeah, so we're gonna get a lot of liquidity boosting in the market, and it's up only season, blah blah. Like, we've got a lot of people being complacent, and that is exactly what we want for a last and final rally to the upside before then headed to the downside. Now, I do want to show you one fact, because if I, on this chart, let's do it on this chart, if I add the US interest rates on this chart, well, the beginning of a cutting cycle is not that bullish. It's never that bullish. For example, right over here, have a look into this cut right over here. Okay, it didn't mark the exact peaky top, because if you have a look into the daily time frame, if you go over this over here, well, you've got a rate cut right here, and it didn't mark the exact peaky top, right? We still went up a little bit higher after that initial rate cut, but regardless, eventually it did mark that top for, yeah, that medium term. So that's why I say maybe short term we can still go up a little bit more, but medium term, yeah, it's not looking that great. Okay, if we're gonna see these rate cuts, which we will. The reason why we're gonna see rate cuts now is because the economy is not looking that good. And whenever an economy is not looking that good, well, usually we enter recessions, and usually whenever we enter recessions, stock markets tend to sell off, and also risk on assets like, for example, Bitcoin, they're gonna sell off. So that is why right now it is more important than ever to have a look into the data, and right now we're gonna have a look into the PPI data. This is basically the wholesale product, so it is already accounting for inflation at an earlier level, at a deeper level than the real inflation, which the real inflation we're gonna get tomorrow. So yeah, like the normal inflation rate is measuring a lot more things inside of that inflation rate, but the PPI is just the wholesale inflation, pretty much. Now, normally, I would have said a lower inflation lower PPI is going to be more bullish because that is the Fed, their target. But right now, since we're already looking pretty recessionary, and since we're already looking quite good, and since we're already going to be getting these interest rate cuts, which I actually want to be getting delayed a little bit, well, I would say it would be actually better to see a bit of a higher PPI. But it all takes a lot of nuance, because you can't just say right now during this time, oh, a lower PPI is definitely going to be more bullish, because the markets are going around like about everywhere. It's not really one clear direction. I would say a higher PPI would actually be bullish. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. And I've been in the camp of saying lower PPI, lower inflation has been bullish for the last couple of months, right? But right now it's a little bit different, because I think this will play out if we're gonna see these rate cuts. And the more rate cuts we will see in the short term, well, for the this is not going to be bullish for the short term or medium term. Of course, long term, it's going to be very bullish, because long term, it's going to cost money printing. So I can also already see, bro, what? Is this a master class saying two things at once? No, it's not, because I'm saying it takes a lot of nuance. It's not just, oh, it's lower than expected, so that's always bullish. It's not always bullish. Right now, in this time of the market, I would actually consider to say that higher is more bullish. But let's see what the market actually wants, okay? Because the markets, I mean, we have seen it in the past with this data getting released. Sometimes you expect the one thing, the market expects the one thing, but whenever it will actually happen, the market goes to the opposite side, because the market actually just wants the different scenario and something different. So that is the hard thing about markets. But one thing that I will say though, even though it might be a bit chaos, well, one thing that is going to be for certain, volatility is going to be inevitable whenever everybody is like, oh, what's going to happen? A bit of uncertainty. But one thing that I will say is that, yeah, for sure, volatility is going to be inevitable. And I'm myself just going to be having a look into this pattern over here. Yes, we have been having a look into this symmetrical triangle pattern, but like I've been saying, I do not think this symmetrical triangle pattern is that valid anymore. Maybe this was just a perfect retest right over here yesterday. Maybe, just maybe, but I wouldn't go as far as saying that we're still trading in it or we're breaking out again. I do not want to skew these lines like right over here, I'd rather just be having a look into this ascending triangle right here being formed. And very simply put, if we're going to be getting some bad data for the market bad, right, then we're going to be moving to the downside, back to the lower side of this support line again. And if we're going to be seeing for the market good data, well, then we can be breaking this level of resistance, and then we can be seeing a perfect break to the upside. That's just a very simple way of saying it. Very simple. Now, I do not think that we're going to be getting our breakout today already. Yes, we're going to be seeing some good volatility, but I just expect myself some consolidation. And then tomorrow, probably with our data we're going to be getting tomorrow, which is quite honestly the more important data, the normal inflation rate and the core inflation rate, well, that is going to be pushing for the breakout in my personal opinion. So that is what I'm going to be expecting, some volatility today, but the real breakout could be coming up tomorrow if we're going to be getting some good data by tomorrow. So, like I've said, I myself think that higher inflation is bearish for the US dollar, which is bullish for risk on assets at this current stage. So if the dollar will get weaker, there will be more demand for Bitcoin. And yeah, at this current moment, rate cuts in the end of the day, later down the line, will be more likely. Also, right now we're going to be getting the month-on-month PPI, which is the more important one now, because changes are more obvious in the short-form data. So yeah, and also the Fed will care more about month-on-month than year-on-year. So Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. We're going to be getting our data in 17 minutes from now. One thing that I do want to say is that CPI, although CPI might be a bit more important for the markets, well, CPI is always lagging behind PPI partially because PPI always trickles down into the CPI later on because PPI is wholesale and CPI is measured to the end consumer, right? In the end of the day. So PPI is more kind of more forecasty, and that is why it might be very important to have a look into it. So, and the CPI is more like, if it already happened, if it's already too high, then it's more like a, oh shit, like, oh yeah, we're already there, you know? So it's more really front running the data. The PPI is more front running because it's measured in the wholesale, like I've said. So yeah, but like I've said, the argument between inflation being good or bad for crypto, I mean, you can talk about this all day long, but it could be bad, it could be good, it could be bad, depending on how you want to look at it. But in my opinion, right now, higher inflation would be bearish for the US dollar, so that would be bullish for risk on assets. That's what I expect. like. We are in the market makers and the insiders get rich well. Oh, yeah. Kind of like that, but that's how the market is designed to be. Every market is like that. I mean, if there's a lot of money involved in the market, always the big players come in and they'll take advantage of that. It is always happening in some sort of or shape, way, or form, you know? Even or especially in the big markets like the Forex markets and like the stock market, this is especially happening to always wreck the big or the small fish. In the crypto market, I would say it's kind of already better and it's easier to trade. One thing that I will say is that this market makers, insiders, volatility that will try to wreck you. Well, this is only really happening on the shorter time frames. The more you zoom out, the more it will be about psychology, about market news, about what's actually happening behind the scenes. And the more you zoom in, the more fuckery actually goes on. So look at the M2, please. Yeah, I've been having a lot of questions about it. And I think that's pretty much because, look, a lot of people have been talking about this fact that it's exploding. But that is just if you turn on the Japan money supply. Well, then if you turn that one on, here you go. It needs to update. Or it's not the Japan. Okay, this one already got updated. Okay, there was this glitch. There was this glitch where we've seen an insane explosion to the upside for the M2 global liquidity. But right now, it's already fixed. So yeah, it's all good right now. Now it's still lagging behind the M2 global liquidity. Still, kinda. We're still lagging behind it, but I wouldn't say it's that concerning. I would still say we're all good. I would still say we're just lagging behind, and it's actually very bullish. Now, I will be running over this again because this is going to be very important for the upcoming 10 minutes. We're going to be getting the data in the next 13 minutes. But what you want to be doing for this data, I myself am not going to be trading it. It's going to be too risky. I will be having a look into the price action. However, how you want to be approaching it is very simply, the consensus is 0.3%. The forecast is 0.4%. The forecast is going to be the most important number. Now, in my opinion, it depends on the market completely, but in my opinion, higher will be more bullish. Now, like I've explained already earlier in the stream, it takes a lot of nuance. It's not like black and white. It's not like night and day. It takes nuance, you know? Is inflation going to be good for the crypto market at this stage, or is it going to be bad in this stage? I would say inflation in this stage of the market would be good for the short term, in my personal opinion. So it takes a lot of nuance. Previously, I've been saying less inflation is actually better, but right now I would say higher inflation would be better. That's my personal opinion. Of course, you need to have a look into your own opinion. Of course, nothing is financial advice. But what you want to know to do with this thing, with this information kept in mind, well, you want to be following a few guys on X, on Twitter, because then you'll have the market data, the first one from the market. I've been going live in the last couple of months pretty often with this economic data, and usually we can always see that I'm sharing this data first, and then the price follows. Then the market will really follow. But I'm always sharing the data before the actual real big move happens in the market. So if you want to have the data first in the market, make sure to follow me over on X. Turn on your notifications, and I'll show you that in a second. I'll show you it when the data comes in. But usually, 90% of the time, always whenever I go live, well, I'm always the first guy to post this data. Okay, so make sure to follow me, turn on your notifications for me. And then some accounts you need to follow. First of all is Financial Juice. If I'm not the first one, usually this news source is the first one. So make sure to follow him, turn on the notifications for him. I'm not sure if Zoomer shares this data. I'm not sure about it, but it doesn't hurt it to give him a follow and to turn on notifications for him. On top of that, also Tree News doesn't hurt to turn on your notifications for him. I don't think he will share it. And also Walter. Now, I'm not doing it myself. I'm just following myself and Financial Juice for this current information. But Zoomer and Tree News are also pretty good. Breaking news sources. Are you a billionaire yet? No, almost, man. No, I'm kidding. No, long way to go still. Long way to go still. But I will say, though, the total 3 is looking juicy. It's looking very good. It's looking extremely good. Look at, like, I've been having a look into this morning, but look at the squeeze. We are getting right into resistance. And I think if we're going to zoom in, yeah. This is looking extremely good. If we're going to zoom in, like, maybe arguably we're creating some kind of consolidation phase leading up to this resistance. And right now we are literally breaking it out to the upside. So this is extremely good, extremely bullish. Guys, I think the total 3 will see a massive breakout over here. And I've done this tweet today. I've shared this tweet. Let me quickly grab it here. I've done a thread, a whole entire thread about altcoin season is coming, it's starting, and yeah, first of all, why it's starting, you know, and then we're about to see the breakout of this 4-year convergence, and I've been talking about all of the altcoins I really like, and which altcoins I'm accumulating now. So yeah, make sure to go to that thread if you want to know what altcoins I'm accumulating now and which ones I like. And also, yeah, I've shared it in my Platinum group. And also, by the way, this one is going to be new. It's not in this live stream chat yet. I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe check it. But I've also opened a limited group. It's a public group. And you do not need to do anything to join that group. Oh, it's not here. But it should be on the icon below this one over here. It just needs to be updated. But I've opened another group, which is free, like free. Like you don't need to do anything. And then some alpha will be dropped over there. Most of the alpha will only be dropped in a Platinum group, which you can also join for free. So make sure to join these groups and trade over on weeks. Also, before going into the event, well, I do want to share to you that this campaign is still running, where you can get a 100% deposit bonus on whatever you deposit. Weeks is going to be matching that with a free Ethereum position. So if you deposit 5K, you're going to be getting a free 5K Ethereum position. Check it out with this link over here. And then also, of course, 25% trading fee discount. But guys, Weeks is the cheapest trading exchange out there. Oh, also, we are pushing a little bit to the upside, looking very good. Right now, Bitcoin is up 1% on the day, and Ethereum is still getting squeezed. It's still getting squeezed, and let's see. I mean, we could see a breakout today. I would not be surprised, like not be surprised, but I would not be against it. That's what I meant to say. I would not be against it to see a breakout today already. I mean, Ethereum is squeezing up. Opinion on Ondo, man, I like what I see now, because this night I woke up with like a 10%, 12% bump for Ondo. Ondo has been lagging behind very a lot. And Ondo is finally catching up a bit now. It's been going down a little bit again, but I mean, this morning I woke up with a 10% move, and I was like, ah, yeah, that feeling is so good, you know, when you just go to sleep and then you wake up and another coin explodes. And then when I go to bed tonight again, like probably when I wake up tomorrow morning again, another coin already has exploded. And this is a very good sign, a very strong sign of altcoin season, where Bitcoin is kind of just consolidating, doing nothing, you know, and then each and every single day, a new altcoin explodes, and then another coin, and then another coin. And that's how the altcoin season really starts. I also saw this other coin, WorldCoin, also out of nowhere, seeing a huge pump. And this is like the start. This is the start of something great, guys. Yeah, it's still down a lot, But really, these pumps out of nowhere for these altcoins, it is the start of something great. It is the start of a big altcoin season. So I like what I see with Ondo over here. Opinion on Ondo. I'm mega bullish. Is it Solana? Is Solana a good buy now? I mean, I've been trading Solana. I've been opening up my position on Solana already. It's absolutely exploding. 170k right now in a profit for Solana. And on top of that, I also have my Bybit account, which I don't share here. Maybe I'll do it later again, because I did have that legendary trade on Ethereum before. But yeah, I have this position here on weeks, and I also have a position on Bybit on Solana. Is it still a good buy? I'm not too sure. I mean, yes, it's showing a lot of strength. It's breaking out, you know. It's looking very good, but would I still enter over here? I'm not too sure. Also, given the fact that we are maybe potentially creating some kind of a rising wedge, I would not be so comfortable at longing this at this resistance here. Okay, and yeah, it's breaking above this resistance. That's good. The next logical level of resistance will be coming in like maybe at the 230, but really realistically at the 250, 260. So yeah, I still do think that Solana will go up a lot higher. However, is it still a good time to long here? I wouldn't really say so. If you really want to long Solana, I would wait for this retest here, for a retest of the $209, and then maybe like something like that, you know. But yeah, Solana, we got so long to enter Solana, and it's really sad if you did miss this entry, because we've got a perfect entry on Solana, and Solana has been doing very well. Render, Aptos, and Tau. Yeah, I think these are good picks. One thing that I will say is that you've got one layer one, you've got one and two AI altcoins. What I would do is split the narrative. So if you want to pick one coin which is in an AI narrative, you want to pick one coin which is in a layer one narrative, and then another coin, like for example, a meme coin, or maybe an RWA coin. So I would myself, and of course it's no financial advice, but I would myself maybe consider switching Render or Tau, which are both AI coins. I would consider switching one of these ones into either a meme coin or RWA coin, like for example Pepe or Ondo, something like that. That is what I would do myself. Of course, no financial advice. I think AI will do absolutely great. Also, Hyperliquid, the strength of Hyperliquid is insane. It's crazy. It is definitely indicating to us altcoin season is here. It is definitely here. Also, Bitcoin dominance still decreasing. I like what I see, man. I like what I see. Let's open up Ethereum over here again. let's actually open up Bitcoin. I'm not running any trades on Bitcoin over here right now, but let's open up Bitcoin. And oh, you already hold a lot of Ondo. Oh, it's a different person. All right. No, but let's open up Bitcoin because we are about to get the data fairly soon, and we are pumping into the data. Let's see. Maybe insiders, maybe insiders. Do they know something that we don't? Let's see what the data will actually be. I'm ready. I'm locked in. I'll prepare everything now for the data so we can act on it very quick. Also, I'll open up this chart right here. And then what I'll do is I myself will turn on all of the notifications and I will go to my following tab. So I will get the data first. And probably I'm once again the first guy to share it. So make sure to follow me, obviously. And then you'll know. All right. Fairly soon. Guys, we have 330 people, by the way, in this stream. Make sure to push up that like button. That would really help me out a lot. And how long still till 3 seconds? All right. So it doesn't come instantly. Still takes about five seconds, like that. Let's have a look. Oh, data. Wow, what? It already came in. Let's have a look into the data. Come on, refresh. Where's the data? Come on. It's insane. Insane data. Did we have any notifications, guys? Also, no notifications from somebody else. Oh, I see it. It is minus 0.1. All right, so it's much lower than expected, and the market likes lower than expected. Okay, so I was wrong about that. The market likes lower than expected. Yeah, there we go. It was financial juice. That is why I say follow multiple guys. Here, it's financial juice 20 seconds before me. That is why I say follow multiple guys. However, lower than expected. The market likes that. All right. Year on year is 2.6%. And the forecasted was 3.3%. So it's a huge difference. It's a very big difference. And the market likes it. Okay. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Let's see if we can continue this pump. It's getting canceled already. All right. Let's see, because we definitely want, with our hourly close at the very minimum, let's have a look into the 4-hourly close. Okay, 4-hourly close, not closing in 3 more hours. But definitely with our hourly close, we want to break above that 113.4K level. If we can break above that 113.4K level, then we would be confirming this break to the upside. And then it's going to be getting amazing. Then get ready for some huge bullish price action. Then get ready for some huge, nice pushes to the upside. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so you can see year on year, 2.6%. This is a major difference. Major difference. And also for month to month, minus 0.1%. All right. Much lower than expected. Much lower than expected. That is insane. That is insane. Now, it will be very interesting with all of this data. The data is really going around all places. It is insane. But now it will be very interesting of what will happen tomorrow, because the revision from yesterday was crazy. It was insane. The difference was insane. Literally. It was the biggest ever in history recorded. And today as well, the difference is insane from the expected consensus, from the forecasted and the consensus. And so with all of this wrong data, that's so much off, so far off, it will be insane to have a look into what will be actually announced tomorrow. The expected year-on-year core inflation is 3.1%, and the normal inflation rate is 2.7%. Or that is the previous. The forecasted is 3.1%, and the forecasted is 2.8% on the normal inflation. Oh, you can't see it, by the way, here. There you go. The forecasted over here. 3.1 and 2.8. There we go. So yeah, now it will really be very interesting about what will happen tomorrow. It will... wow. Because this data is crazy. I think I've never seen it like this. The data has always come in like pretty close to expected. But right now it's like way off. Always way off. That's... okay, loss of words, you know, about it. Let's have a look into some questions. Is it good? Yeah, the market thinks it's good. Still lower inflation. They changed from 0.9 to 0.7. Oh, the expected one? Or do you mean... let's see what the probabilities have done. Let's have a look what the rate probabilities are doing. Still loading. Come on, everybody is watching this side. Okay, nothing much has changed. Nothing much has changed. That's crazy. How did nothing change? Maybe it needs some time to adjust. I guess so. Or well, it did change slightly to 25 basis points, which I would say is kind of oh yeah, we're pumping. Okay, you can't see the full chart now, but we're breaking above this resistance. Yeah, need some time to update. We're breaking above this resistance now. Let's see if we can close above that 113.4k in 25 minutes. We will close our hourly candle. That will be extremely important to be watching, to have a look into. If we close above that level, guys, get ready for some big price action, big pumps. What are our altcoins doing on the 1 hour chart? Okay, Bitcoin is taking over some market share, but not that much at all. I guess most of our altcoins are pumping too, right? Yep. Athena again. Athena, absolute madness. Still 315k. I'm gonna start taking some profits from Athena soon. This will be one level, 96 cents. And also $1, I would say. Or kind of a box. $1.3 is going to be too obvious. Yeah, I think this will be a massive target. This range here. I think for ENA, I will just take my profits here, man. I'll just take my profits here. I mean, it's been a good ride. I mean, I didn't long here. I just added on the way up. So I literally longed the exact bottoms at 40 cents. I just added on the way up because you should always bet on the winning horses. But I think, so from the 40 cents to $1 with a swing leverage position, with 10x leverage, that's quite okay. And then I'll just take it out, convert it to some spot, hold it, you know, and you know, and then at least I've taken some of my profits. So, or rotated into other altcoins. Let's see. But about 96, 95 cents to the $1 mark. That's where I want to take some of my profits for ENA. So yeah, we'll update you about it soon in the Platinum group. Make sure to join the Platinum group with this link below. What do you think about Aptos? Well, okay, you're gonna get some alpha because Aptos is looking really good on the monthly. Look at these real thin candles, the bodies. I mean, it's indicating low volatility, which we are seeing at a low of a range, which is meaning probably either redistribution or accumulation. And in my opinion, it's going to be accumulation because having a look into metrics, where are the metrics? It's a long time ago. Here. Metrics, they're absolutely exploding. This is the TVL. It's been absolutely exploding in this entire consolidation range. Here we go. The app revenue did record high, records literally in the month of August. They did a record high. And also the volume is also has also done a record high in August and is still increasing. So is it washed? I don't know, but I don't think so. That's not my primary thing that I think of instantly. But like the metrics are increasing while the charts are looking pretty good with this thin volatility now. So I think, if I'm being honest, Aptos is looking very similar to ENA at the bottoms over here, because keep in mind, ENA also did the same exact thing at these bottoms. I mean, very thin body candles on the monthly, revenue still increasing, just like Hyperliquid. It did the same exact thing. And I want to bid these coins. So yeah, Aptos, I really like it. It hasn't really shown any significance yet, but I do think it will do so. Here, Hyperliquid did the same exact thing. At the exact bottom right over here, what did you see? You've seen record high DEX volumes, you've seen record high fees, revenue, and that's what you've seen at the exact bottom. While you are seeing literally a liquidity grab below the entry, the beginning price, you know? So that's exactly what you want to see with an app like that. And also it's so hype in the beginning. So yeah, in the beginning stages of hype, we perfectly called that one. I think, did I make a tweet about this? And that I'm not too sure of. No, not there. No, but I do know that Trader PA has traded that very well. He has traded hype very well. I mean, if you go to from Trader PA and then hype, if you go to here, you've seen the same exact thing at the lows. I mean, record token volume, record metrics, literally at the bottom, and Trader PA has traded this very nice, and in both directions as well, because he shorted it and then he longed it at the bottom. But no, I'm bidding hype at these levels, blah blah, you know. Also, where's this tweet? Because this is some alpha BNB. Here, following BNB exactly. I mean, it's also an exchange, right? It's just in DEX, and it's exactly following BNB, and this is a perfect comparison. BNB did this in 2018, and hype did that. And right now, it's also following that trend to the upside as well. So absolutely lovely. And I like to connect these dots. I like to do these comparisons, and I like to have a look into tokens at the lows whenever they're at an accumulation range, while nobody is having a look into it, but the metrics are still increasing. That is how I found Ethena and why I've been so bullish on Ethena. That is also why I'm so bullish on Aptos. By the way, we're getting a small rejection again. Let's see still if we're gonna see this breakout above this level of resistance, the 113.4k level. That's the most important level we need to break above. Do you have a stop loss on ETH? No, I don't really have a stop loss here. Here's what I'll do. I still have an order at 4k. I didn't remove it. So if we're gonna hit that, it's all right, you know. And then my liquidation price will probably be sitting at about 3.7, around that 3.7. And I don't think we will reach all that low. I don't think we will reach a 3.7k Ethereum. Against Solana retest, 211. Yeah, I'm not sure if it can. That's always what I say, right? I'm not sure if it can or if it will. But one thing that I will say is that if it does decide to do that, I think it is a very good opportunity. And then you can really long it. But I'm not saying that it will, because it's seeing this massive breakout finally, right? That's very nice. And so I'm not saying that it will, but yeah, it could. And if it will, well, then it's a very good opportunity. That's the only thing I will say. Ethereum pump till 4k. I mean, it's at 4.3 now. So what do you mean? It will go down? I don't think it necessarily has to go down. How is Ethereum doing though? Is it breaking out? Still consolidating. Yeah, let's see if it will break out of this symmetrical triangle here. Let's see if this too. It's crazy still that Bitcoin has been lagging behind so much. Bitcoin has been lagging behind so much. I mean, history is just repeating, right? AVAX is pumping. Pretty much everything is pumping now, right? Oh, really? The odds of 50 basis point rate cuts are increasing. I mean, for the short term, right. For the short term, maybe that could be good. But for the medium term, I wouldn't say it's good. On Poly Market, they're already at 20% now. So 50 basis point rate cut is increasing. Yeah, I can't load up Poly Market here. I think it's banned here. Yeah, if we can break back in the range, that would be extremely good. Very good, very bullish. Did we already grab that liquidity? We're kind of in the process of grabbing that liquidity now. It's all the way up to the 114k level. I mean, if we go to 114, that would make a bullish. Yeah, I've seen it this morning, but they already removed it, so it's all good. Should you buy Solana or what? I mean, I can't tell that. That's why I'm diversifying myself as well into different altcoins. I'm buying multiple because then I'm spreading out my bids, you know? I'm really going onto multiple narratives. If I would have one altcoin that I really like and like to throw all of my money in, I already have done that. But I don't do that because I don't know for sure which one will be the best performer. Vodka. It's not vodka, it's just some water, man. It's aquapana. What is your Solana prediction for the top of this cycle? I think previous optimize. Then maybe double top, you know? Maybe just grab out the liquidity at the highs, maybe. But not that much higher. Pulling back. Pulling back now. DS, yeah, bullish on ARP. The only thing is with developments for Ethereum, I mean, the fees are already kind of low already. Like in the beginning part of the bull market, it was different. Right now, one, I think you've got better alternatives already, like Base. And two, I mean, the fees are already kind of low on Ethereum now. Yes, I like ARP, but I think the narrative kind of faded away slightly. I'm still holding it though. Um, yeah, it depends on the altcoin a lot. It depends on the altcoin a lot. I think like Solana or Cardano, these coins can do it. Like hit the previous optimize. My ARP entry was bad, man, but I averaged on the way down. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, you know, to enter ARP. It's not a bad coin. It's definitely chart-wise, it's looking very bullish, yeah. But I always like it whenever chart is aligning with fundamentals and metrics and narrative. I like to have every box ticked off, and then I like it a lot. Yep. Yeah, US market will open in 38 minutes. Virtual or render? I myself would say render more, but I get why you would choose virtual. I mean, it's got more of a narrative now. now. But I myself am more bullish on render. Do you think we're headed for a real old session like 2021? What do you mean, like real old session, real old season? I mean, it will get some similarities, but it will also be different in a lot of ways. That's always how it goes. Yeah, I've seen info about the bombing, but I don't feel so scared about it. Not at all, actually. Pushing back up now. I mean, an alt season like 2021, every alt season is kind of similar. Some people say, oh yeah, it's like a selective altcoin season, but every altcoin season has been selective. Always the altcoins that didn't adapt or they didn't um, really develop anymore, they didn't do any shit anymore. Well, of course they died. Whenever there's no active team and developments going on, etc., they all die off. That's what happened every single cycle. So of course, in that sense, it's selective. But I think all of the good coins that are building now, they will all pretty much pump, and it's pretty easy to make your selection from that. So yeah, some people will say, "Oh yeah, this altcoin season, my altcoins are not pumping." But man, just select some good altcoins. I mean, last cycle as well, I've made the same mistake because last cycle I invested some coin like Urine Finance, and it was a scam. You know, it was just a scam coin, and it only went down. Still, you had a mega alt season, best altcoin season ever. Some might call it, you know, but some altcoins just didn't survive because they were shit coins. This altcoin season was 2017. Not so sure about it, man. You've had a lot of scams too. It's always people think that in hindsight it was like such better of an altcoin season or such better of a market because you already know what happened and you're like, okay, yeah, if I would have just played it like this and this and this, and then it would have been the best. But no, it doesn't work that way. We are arguably now in the best altcoin season ever. That's how I look at it. We're now in the best market ever. We are in a freaking bull market. Probably you're gonna have a look in the next year 2026, middle of 2026, you're gonna have a look back at the time that we're in now, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, damn right, we were in the best possible market back then. It was the best possible time back then. But it's hard to see that now because you're living in the moment and you want more and more and more. Yeah, exactly. Every altcoin season, everybody believes that everything will 10x, 20x in no time. It doesn't work like that. Some shit will not survive, and then some things will do very great because they are developing great products and they've got the right narrative, etc. Like that's how it works every single cycle. How many years have I been investing? I think it's been now 7 years. Yeah, it's 7 years. Or 6 years. Because it was like the very end of 2018, beginning of 2019. So that's actually almost 7 years. Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, initially not. Only during the last part of the cycle. And yes, I agree. It has been delayed by a lot. Altcoin voting. So I do think in the last part of the cycle, it will only be a month where everything will not everything again, right? But like our altcoins, everything will explode in the last month of the cycle. Is it possible to have a 10k green candle soon and break out my 10k daily candle? then like something huge needs to happen, like news related. But it's not impossible. That's what I'll say. I mean, a 10K daily candle, previously that meant a lot. But right now, it's only a 10% move. And you know how many times we have seen 10% candles in Bitcoin history? Like, if you think about it, it's not impossible at all. It's very possible. I mean, it just sounds crazy to me now if you say 10K candle out loud. Because I still remember the days where Bitcoin was literally priced at $10K, even lower, you know? So then right now, if you're coming to this stage where we're at 113K, you're talking about a 10K candle. It sounds so crazy, you know? But realistically, it's all only going back to new all-time. Yeah, it could happen in one daily candle. I mean, even right here, we've done like a 10% move in 2 days then. Yeah, we're pumping again. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh, we closed, by the way. We closed hourly candle very bullish. We closed above that 113.4K, right? Yeah, the close was exactly 113.4K. So let's see. Let's see if we can now follow up. Let's see. I mean, we are grabbing that liquidity now. Now we need to follow up because here, I'll show you. Probably of the liquidity got grabbed now. On. Might need to refresh. Everything is exploding now, man. Good. I like it. I like it. It's just not loading now. Okay. I don't have a link trade open currently. Anyways, guys, yeah, it looks like we're breaking out now. However, I will be ending this stream over here right now. I've got a very busy day, so I've also got to do some other things still for today. But it was great having you guys here, seeing this breakout right now live. That's absolutely lovely. Let's see if we can continue this breakout. The data that we've got today was crazy. I think that the data we will get tomorrow will also be crazy. So make sure to tune in as well tomorrow with this data, same time again, 4 p.m. Dubai time. I will go live. And yeah, we will be watching that live tomorrow as well. Let's see if we can continue this pump right now with the current breakout that we're having. Let's see, actually, before I quit, what Ethereum is doing. Ethereum is not yet breaking out. So Ethereum could still be on the verge of a massive breakout as well. maybe a pump and dump. Maybe. I mean, I don't hope so. I don't hope so. But let's see. I don't want to see a dump over here. I don't want to see this dump being cancelled again. If I'm being honest, I just like to see this pump continue, you know. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. Make sure to check out all of the links down below. my Platinum group that you can join for free. And also check out Weeks, which is my preferred trading exchange with cheapest trading fees and 100% of what you deposit. Weeks is going to be matching that with a free trading position. So if you deposit 5K, you're going to be getting a free 5K Ethereum position, and so on and so forth. Now, yeah, hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the Platinum group. And guys, with that being said, I'll see you in tomorrow's stream and in